If you're confused and overwhelmed by everything that President Trump has done in his first 3 weeks in office, that's the point. If you're scared about your SNAP benefits, your Medicaid payments, your VA benefits, or your Social Security check, that's the point. If you are not a citizen, but you are in this country lawfully, and you are scared of being swept up by immigration authorities, that's the point. Donald Trump has unleashed a torrent of executive orders, illegal actions, dangerous pardons, and disturbing statements designed to distract the American people from the ultimate project of his second term: to usurp all of the power of the federal government so he can get revenge and retribution against his enemies and help his new billionaire patrons get tax cuts paid for by working Americans. He's pardoned cop beaters and insurrectionists. He's trying to illegally shutter entire government agencies and unilaterally overturn Congress's power of the purse. He's deputized Elon Musk to invade and infiltrate numerous federal agencies, to stop promised payments for essential services and turn them into vessels for his own gain. And he's directed the Department of Justice to fire apolitical and experienced senior prosecutors and FBI agents in order to turn the DOJ into his own personal force of revenge. This is not making the federal government more efficient. It's not cutting costs and making life more affordable for working Americans, as Donald Trump promised on the campaign trail. This is a wholesale attack on the rule of law and our American way of life. In January, Trump tried to unilaterally stop all government grants and loans, sowing chaos for New Yorkers who depend on SNAP benefits, Medicaid funds, and nonprofit services. This is money that Congress has already appropriated and has been promised and is relied on by organizations that were guaranteed the funds. And let's be clear, it is blatantly against the law and the Constitution for the president to refuse to distribute money that Congress has appropriated. But Trump knows that, and he doesn't care. He's daring the American people and the courts to stop him. He's already bent the knee of the Republicans in the Senate and the House, who are in the majority and control Congress's ability to be a true check and balance on the president. In just 3 weeks, we have overwhelming evidence that Donald Trump sold the American people a false bill of goods on the campaign trail. He promised Americans that he would cut inflation, reduce taxes, make life more affordable, and make us safer. But there is not a single action, not one, that he has taken that will lower inflation, that will cut costs. And by removing intelligence officials, law enforcement officers, and threatening our allies, he is making us less safe. He has raised the cost of prescription drugs after Democrats dramatically lowered them. He has threatened and implemented tariffs against our closest allies, which will be passed through to the American consumer and raise prices. He has targeted critical programs that hundreds of millions of Americans rely on, like SNAP, Head Start, Medicaid, Medicare, Veterans Services, and so much more. Why is he going after so many essential programs that millions of Americans rely on? To pay for more tax cuts for his billionaire buddies. His 2017 tax scam resulted in 83% of the cuts going to the top 1%. And this time he has promised to go even further. In the face of this naked power grab that will hurt the vast majority of Americans, congressional Republicans are silent. Remember, those Republicans took an oath to the Constitution, not Donald Trump, and they are in control of legislation and oversight. Yet they are sitting by silently as Trump takes away all of their power and authority. How pathetic. They are just letting Trump steamroll them into doing whatever he wants, and they are abandoning their responsibility to be a check and balance on the president. As Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi says, we can't agonize, we must mobilize. And that's what we Democrats are doing with our power in the minority. We are introducing legislation to block Elon Musk's unprecedented power grab. We are supporting litigation to stop Trump's federal funding freeze, unconstitutional orders, law enforcement and intelligence community purges, and illegal efforts to gut federal agencies. And we are rising up and speaking out, putting pressure on Republicans in Congress to do something to protect our government. And it's working. Judges have stopped the funding freeze, the denial of birthright citizenship, some of the purges, and Elon Musk's lawless takeover of the federal agencies. And Trump has backed off of his effort to freeze government funding and implement tariffs. But this is an all-hands-on-deck moment. We will keep fighting for what is right, but we need everyone out there to lean in and join us. Our families, our freedoms, and our future depends on it.